Hey y'all, I just want to drop this video. I recorded it earlier when I left work this morning, but there was no sound on it. I don't know why. And so I just been sitting here just like literally crying. I'm just releasing because I'm so tired. And this type of tired is nothing that sleep can get rid of. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much. It's just so much, and I'm just tired. I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I hate living in this world. Like, I really hate living in this world. Like, I hate living in this world. I really, really do. It's like, it's so dreadful to me. And it always has been this way. So it's always been a struggle for me. But earlier when I was driving home, I heard the Lord, because I'm like, Lord, I'm just so tired. Like, whenever you're ready, like, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be having these type of conversations with him. Like, what are you? Come on. Like, come on. Come on, Father God. Like, this is not what I want to do. This ain't what I want to be doing. But at the end of the day, when you're chosen, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And so I was driving home and I heard him say, I make everything beautiful in its time. When the time is right, the Lord will do it. Do y'all want some light? I probably want some light. Let me just get out what I heard. My girl, she in there snoring. I heard I make everything beautiful in its time. And when the time is right, the Lord will do it, right? And so I'm like, okay, it was basically saying, as we're listening to these prosperity messages, and as we're listening to us coming into our harvest time, and as we're listening to, God is getting ready to do something amazing and big for a lot of us who have been in our wilderness season, and for a lot of us who have been abstinent, and for a lot of us who have been the black sheep, and for a lot of us who have been abused by narcissists, and for a lot of us who have been just done wrong and dragged through the mud, and you didn't get calm down, and you didn't repay evil for evil. You know what I'm saying? You went into your wilderness season and it was just you and God. You know what I'm saying? And he brought you through so much just by yourself. You had to cut off a lot of people, a lot of family members, a lot of friends. He revealed so much to you that was heartbreaking and earth-shattering, right? And so as we are listening to these messages and we're hearing all of these things about God getting ready to do it for us, and it's happening, and trust and believe it is. I even gotta believe it for myself. It's just like, Lord, I'm just tired of waiting. You know what I'm saying? We're human and we get tired of waiting. So he had to remind me today, I make everything beautiful in its time. When the time is right, the Lord will do it. That means you take yourself completely out of it and you allow yourself to be on God's timetable. You allow your whole trust and faith to be with God, in God. I'm trusting you. Whenever you do it, I trust that it's going to be the right time. You're aligning everything up. You're aligning every situation up. You're aligning every circumstance up. You're aligning everything up according. He's making it personal just for me. And he's making it personal just for you. To where it will be, and what he promised will come to pass. Because when he say, I'm gonna blow your mind, that's exactly what he gonna do. When he says, I'm gonna leave you speechless, that's exactly what he gonna do. That's him taking the time and orchestrating everything and doing it according to his plan. So you have to trust God. And even if you're in a season to where you've been just so tired of waiting and you've been drugged through the mud, like that's my situation. I've been drugged through the mud by like so many people and just talked about, backstabbed, lied on, and just, living is takes more courage than anything in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I've always battled with depression. I vocally have said that, you know, that is my story. I can't lie about it. I can't say, no, I don't. Oh, you know, what the word said. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And so for me, it takes more courage to live every day when I have these deep, dark feelings and deep, dark emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate living in this world. You know what I'm saying? It's too harsh. It's too dark. I can feel, you know what I'm saying? I can feel the dark entities. I can feel all of this stuff. And it's very, very heavy. But what God is saying is that he's perfecting it all. And you are in the palm of his hand and in the center of his will. And there's no better place to be. So he's saying, don't get your panties in a bunch, so to speak. That's what he said. That's what I heard. Don't get your panties. You are funny. Really, Father God, he said, don't get your panties in a bunch. That's what he said. Don't get your panties in a bunch and get so wrapped up in, okay, he about to do this, I'm about to, you know, and then you get so stuck on, you know, you start worshiping the gift and worshiping what's to come instead of the giver. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is number one above all, whether he do it or whether he don't. And that's what I had to learn when I was in a hospital with my baby and he was fighting for his life for those 7 months. And I was just going in. Can't nobody come in this room if they don't believe in God. And can't nobody do this if this, that. And, you know, you got to be a believer. And my son going to live. And God going to do this for me. Blah, 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 blah. I believe. I'm at his bedside. I'm praying. I'm warned. I'm slaying this knot. And it's this African guy. And he kept coming by, kept praying. Every time I see him, it was a priest. They was trying to tell him to come on. We coming up so we can pray over the baby because he going to pass tonight and all this, all that. I ended up fussing him out, telling him, you ain't coming up here to pray over my baby because the Lord going to do this, the Lord going to do that, blah, blah, blah. And after watching me week after week after week, warn for the baby, just praying, slaying snot, praying, back and forth, praying. He came in there one day and he said, I agree with you. And I've seen God in this hospital. I forgot how many years. I think he was saying he was a priest in there for like 17 years. I've watched God perform so many miracles that the doctors couldn't even speak of. So yes, I touch and agree with you that the Lord is going to do this for your baby and that the Lord can do this for your baby if it's in his will. He asked me, he said, but what if the Lord chooses not to do this very thing that you are asking him to do? And when I tell you my knees buckled from up under me, they had to put a chair up under me because I literally almost fell to the floor because I hadn't even thought about what if he don't do it or what if my mind was so stuck. He said, it happens a lot in Black culture, in Black churches, where you just slap your neighbor, turn around 3 times, and the Lord said he gonna do it, and he gonna do it, turn around 3 times. And then when you expecting something so much and it's not in the Lord's will for you or the season for you, then your relationship with God becomes, because you know it says, help me, Father God, thank you. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. So when you expecting something, so now my face all puffy, y'all. I just been crying. Now my face all puffy. I've been crying. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. So when you expecting something, and it ain't coming to pass, it don't come to pass, you begin to get sick. And he said, I don't want your relationship with the Lord to change, or I don't want you to get angry with God if he decides not to do this thing for you. You so set and you so stuck on one single thing instead of you just surrendering the situation to God and saying, Father God, have your will. Just like the Lord said, just like Jesus said when he was on his way to Calvary, Father God, take this cup from me, but nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. Because we know his will is perfect. We know his will is just. We know his will is timely. We know the miracle that happened when Jesus died on that cross. We were all saved. His blood covered us for those who believe. He did a magnificent work on that cross across that we are indebted to. We are indebted to the Father for what he did for us. And so you have to surrender your will and surrender. This word is blessing me. You have to surrender your will, not my will, Father God, but your will for my life. And if your word says that I make everything beautiful in its time. In its time. And when the time is right, the Lord, will do it. He's calculating up everything. He's calculating the season. He's calculating the time. He's calculating the tears. He's calculating the offenses. He's calculating everything for the blessing. And we just have to learn to continue to push and endure and ask him for the strength and the courage to endure while he's perfecting our story and perfecting the promises that he said belongs to you. Not my will, Father God, but your will. I trust you. Faith is the currency of the kingdom. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. I believe. Whether it be a mustard seed or not, I believe. Your word says that you're going to do this thing in your timing. So teach me to wait. Teach me to wait better. Help me to not complain. Help me to be humble. Help me to stay and look forward. Help me to, keep my heart posture right. Help me, Father God, not pop somebody in the eye. Help me not to cuss them out. Help me. Help me while you perfect this thing. Because you said, not me, that you're making everything beautiful in its time. And you also said that when the time is right, you, Father God, are going to do it. That is a covenant. That is a promise. He cannot break it. Glory be to God. I pray that this message blessed you. We are still Isaiah 25 for the rest of 25. And until the next time, inspire, be inspired. I love you guys. God bless you.